Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Krishnam Narayanam Vande, Krishnam Vande Vrajapriyam, Krishnam Dvaipayanam Vande, Krishnam Vande Pruthasutam. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvinavadhitamastu, Ma Vidvishavahe. In the previous Shlok, we discussed the 9 traits of a leader and how distress, disappointment, delusion, and despondency leads to bad decision making. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 1, Shlok number 12. Tasya sañjanayan harṣaṃ kuruvṛddhaḥ pitāmahaḥ siṃhanādaṃ vinadyocchaiḥ śaṅkhaṃ dadhmau pratāpavān. Now, Sanjay is narrating these following events to the blind king of Hastinapur, Dhritarashtra. Tasya Duryodhan's sañjanayan harṣaṃ, bringing forth, arousing joy for Duryodhan. Kuruvṛddhaḥ pitāmahaḥ, who is pratāpavān, he of great deeds. Kuruvṛddhaḥ, the elder of the Kuru clan. Pitāmahaḥ, the grandsire. Bhishma. Siṃhanādaṃ vinadyocchaiḥ, uchchasvaraiḥ, with high notes, with a loud voice. Siṃhanādaṃ vinadya, roaring, a king's roar, a lion's roar. śaṅkhaṃ, dadhmau, he blew his conch shell, the shaṅkh. Bhishma has seen the state of Duryodhan. Bhishma has seen the entire and heard this entire monologue of Duryodhan's. He has seen the despondency and the delusion now that has gripped Duryodhan completely. In order to keep the morale high of Duryodhan and the Kaurav army, Bhishma now takes control. Bhishma roars like a lion. Now that Bhishma is protected from all angles, Bhishma is of course happy that the entire Kaurav army is now surrounding him, protecting him, and the entire command of the armed force of the Kaurav army is now in Bhishma's control. With this, Bhishma is almost repaying Duryodhan with this roar. Of course, siṃhanādaṃ, the lion's roar, is symbolic not only of the stature of a Kshatriya, being royal, regal, but also because of power and prestige, which of course Bhishma personified. This is of course the imagery behind this lion's roar. There were 2 reasons why Bhishma blew his conch shell. Number 1 was to start the war. And this is very important to understand. Bhishma is the commander-in-chief of the Kaurava army. We have seen how Kaurava army represents adharma. It is the adharma paksh who has, the commander-in-chief of this Kaurava army has now taken forth the duty. He has blown into the conch shell, representing 2 things. 1, the start of war, but also a promise to Duryodhan that he will fight till his last breath. The Pandav were a sovereign kul, a family with their own sovereign nation at one time, taken over by Hastinapur It was the Pandav who had Dharma on their side. It was the Pandav who, out of both these camps, out of both of these armies, had the right of war. It was Hastinapur, the king Dhritarashtra, and by extension Duryodhan, who had no right whatsoever to begin this war. That would be unholy. And yet, Bhishma blowing the conch shell first signifies the start, this adharmic start of this war. Since we have now seen that even though Bhishma himself should possibly not have started this war, should possibly not have blown the conch shell, another view can also be taken. He is kuruvṛddhaḥ. Both of these camps have got Kurus. Both of these camps have got Kuruvanshis, the Kuru clan. And therefore, out of seniority, certainly, Bhishma Pitāmahaḥ himself possibly should be the first one to blow the conch shell. And with this conch shell, there has been a very important yogic process which has started. A śaṅkhaṃ. Śaṅkhaṃ comes from two terms. One is śaṅ, which means pure or auspicious, cleansed, and ka, indriyanam kam. Ka represents the senses, the indriyas. The purification of the senses happens through a conch shell. This is the reason why for many Vedic and yogic practices, we always start with the blowing of a conch shell. That is in fact to purify our senses so that we can control them and use them for the benefit of ourselves and others. In the future shloks, we will be discussing the more darshanik, metaphorical aspects of the Kurukshetra war, the chariot, Arjun and Krishna and both the armies. Our aim should be to understand the regal nature of a warrior, to appreciate the importance of seniority, age, experience, valor, and also to purify the senses for every yogic, dharmic and Vedic process. Till next time, with my pranams to my Isht residing in your hearts and mine. Namah Parvati Pate Har Har Mahadeva Har.